Winter here in Szpakowo came with heavy snow, and so today we'll be doing what we can before heading into what will turn out to be a spring packed with great field work. We'll have contracts, planting, fertilizing, taking care of the cattle, and more starting now. You can find a link to this series in the description or the comments below, and of course check out the channel page for other farming series you might like. Wow, where's the road at? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the road is here because there's grass growing there. That's about it. Yeah, didn't get this much snow last winter. Definitely did not get this much snow last winter. Let's get an idea here. Now, yeah, we don't have the snowplow. I sold the snowplow. Well, the thing is, what kind of work would I be doing this time of year anyway? So I think, and this is why I'm showing you guys this, I think what we're going to do is we're going to move through the winter. Move through the winter till the snow is gone, because, I could go buy us a snowplow. I could buy us a snowplow, but there's this much snow. That's like 8 inches of snow on every single field. All right, so here we are in February, and it still looks a lot the same as it did last month. We might just be waiting until March to start, and really, that really makes sense because March is, really when things start on a farm and we'd be doing stuff. Technically, I can plant grass, for instance, in February, but I'm not going to give you guys an episode of just planting grass in this one field. However, today there's something on sale at the store, which I'd like to buy for the farm. So, this episode is going to be, this is the winter episode. So, last episode was December. This is our winter episode. And where did the extra $100,000 come from? Because we had quite a bit of money last episode from finding those Christmas presents, selling the grain. Well, I found a collectible earlier, and I wasn't recording, but I did take a screenshot, and it was unexpectedly the last of its set. And as you can see there on this, it gave $100,000. I didn't expect that. I think I want to sink that money into a piece of land. However, there's something I'd love to show you guys. Here we are in the middle of February, and I see this. I love Disc Harrows. First of all, I love Disc Harrows. Oh, look at that. We can choose which brand we want. Well, let's buy the green one. So this is $40,000. And that was probably half off, as they usually are. So we're going to go down there in the snow. I think we can find the way. Well, I can find the way. The question is, can I find the road? So I like Disc Harrows because I like Disc Harrows. If you want to use a Disc Harrow or a cultivator or a subsoiler or whatever, or a power harrow, they all do the same thing in the end. They all do the same thing. More or less. They're going to leave a different soil state, but they all work. I like Disc Harrows, and big Disc Harrows are not cheap. And yeah, seeing this thing half off, heck yeah. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take our old Disc Harrow back. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm going to grab our old Disc Harrow, and we're going to sell it, get what we can for it. So yeah, we got some extra money from a collectible. I didn't know. Hey, we're getting towards the end of them. You can see I have 87 out of the 100 on the map, and so as you get towards this number, you start picking up the ends of some of the sets. I think we should put that money into land instead of buying a big new flashy tractor or something like that, which we can do anyway. I mean, let's put it in land because we're farmers. Let's put that investment into the land, and I know a good piece of land to buy. Over by our silo, we can expand our field over there. And let's see, where did I park the Disc Harrow? It's actually in this one here. Of course, let's get out of the tractor. The question is, can the Big Bud pull up to it? And why am I driving the Big Bud? Well, I think realistically, the Big Bud is more realistic to pull that Disc Harrow home. Sure, the Zader could pull it home, but I think it goes with the big tractor, so let's take a big tractor to pick it up. Now let's see if I can get in here and snake this Disc Harrow. Obviously, I used the Zader to park it in there, but yep, we got it out. All right, let's run this little guy to the store. Now, one thing is, I did not look at the required horsepower for the Disc Harrow. This tractor has 450 horsepower. We'll be good. We should be good. But one reason I prefer Disc Harrows, one reason I like to use Disc Harrows, it's partly because of a game mechanic that I got used to, and so then I just got used to using Disc Harrows. And that mechanic would be that I have for years run a mod called Disc Harrow Mulcher, because I thought that the mulching mechanic added with Farming Simulator 22 is just, it's not that I don't like the mulching thing, I don't like the way it's implemented, I always have the needs mulch filter on the map turned off because it just blots everything with purple and overrides everything. And I don't like the mechanic at all as it's implemented in the game. So I use a mod called Disc Harrow Mulcher, and what it does is it makes it so that if you run a Disc Harrow over your field after harvesting it, it performs the added function of mulching, which I think, what I'm saying is I find that just, I found that under quality of life. And also, Disc Harrows don't dig up rocks. That's the other reason. Disc Harrows don't dig up rocks like cultivators do. Disc Harrows don't. So I usually run Disc Harrows or shallow cultivators. Oh, this is pretty cool. Wow. That's really high resolution. You can actually wow, that's like too high res. All right then. So this guy, yeah, this thing is going to be our friend this spring working fields. Yes. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should repair this. I parked that stupid Mercedes truck bed right in the way of everything. So I'm going to do my best to back this up with a controller. I can back up fine, but articulated tractor with just the thumbstick is difficult. You got to be really smooth with it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got this. Yeah, it looks pretty good on the tractor. I just parked the old one up there. I'll come by with the pickup truck. Sorry, with the flatbed truck and move this bed out of the way because it's really in the way of the shop. And I'll get the small tractor to move this Disc Harrow. It's just kind of hard to back stuff up with the big bud. The way I have the controls set, it's a little difficult. So let's get this back to the house and we'll move into, yeah, let's get it springtime. There's no end to the amount of work and projects, and I'm looking forward to that because I almost kind of forget what it's like in the really busy months. We had some really good episodes in November and December, and if you missed any of the episodes and want to catch up and see what's going on in the farm or how did we get here or this or that, there's a link to the playlist down below. And if you enjoy the series, I really appreciate if you subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot as I try to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think there's a lot of work and put into the channel, and I'd like to see it get to 1,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate that, you guys. Thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed. And there'll be more kinds of videos on the channel as well. I'd really like to start doing tutorial videos. I don't know why I haven't been lately. Or other kinds of videos. I'll take any suggestions you guys have, down below. I love any kind of input, suggestions, heck, even ideas, Maybe there's something I haven't thought of that'd be really great. So where are we going to park this bad boy? Well, I think it'll fit. Yeah, it'll fit in one of our bays. We might have to clear out what's in one of them. Or, it might just fit where the other one was, Wait, is it wider than the tractor? Because the tractor... Nah, this will fit. But yeah, it's hard to back stuff up with the control setup I have with an articulated tractor, so... Let's park this guy over here. Let's get the Zadar. Yeah, and this is pretty much, if I was to make a dedicated February episode, this is pretty much what it would be. Snow clearing and moving vehicles. Most of the vehicles have been, well, not all of them are refueled, but most of them, have had their maintenance, have been washed off, etc. It's been a lot of vehicle maintenance and moving things around, shifting things around kind of stuff. Now this should fit in the spot where the old one was. I know it doesn't look like it will, but I think it will. Let's see here. Yeah, it'll fit. It looks so big out there in the road, but once you get it up close to the garage, it's kind of like inverse proportion gets smaller, which is totally not what I expected. Yeah, wow. Maybe it's because we were looking from a high point of view from the big bud. Maybe that's why. So I'm going to take this down to the shop and trade in our old Disc Harrow. All right, now let's see what we can get for this here at the store. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was pretty cheap. I think this was pretty cheap. Yeah, it's Russian, so it's probably pretty cheap. Most of that equipment is on the cheaper side, and that's usually why I keep a lot of the Russian equipment I have to use on small farms. It's affordable. Let's see, Disc Aggro, $5,000. Hey, can't complain about that. Oh, not repair. There we go. Made some money back. And I'm going to get this thing out of the way. When I swapped our truck to a fifth wheel attachment, I really should have first moved this. So I'm going to see if I can get this with the tractor. I don't think there's any reason this can't gently lift and relocate this. Well, as it turns out, there's plenty of reasons why I can't do that. One is because, yeah, obvious. The other reason is because it's heavier than, well, not heavier than the tractor, but it's enough to, yeah. So we'll just get this carefully scooted so that I can get equipment around it easier. Just scooch it over here. All right. There's undoubtedly going to be more work to do in March. In March, it will be spring. We can plant some of our crops. This is going to be a fun time, and so that's what we're going to be doing. All right, everyone. Happy March. It's the morning of March 1st, and look at this. The snow is gone. It's got little frosty tips here on the grass. This is a great time. This is when I should have started the episode, you might say, but no, I thought about that, but I wanted to show you guys how much snow we had. At times it looked like there was almost a foot. Now it's March, tons of things can be done. Yeah. And to start it all off, there's another piece of equipment. Hey, I always cruise the used equipment sale. This thing right here, if you guys haven't seen me use this is such a handy piece of equipment. This is a great field tender. It has 2 compartments in it. Each holds 7,500 liters. It's got a handy auger pipe. It's great for filling fertilizer, seeds, even lime out on the fields. This thing is so darn handy. So I bought that for us for $7,000. Planting and cultivating stuff. This, spring is great. And now also that it's spring, there could be some really exciting contracts here. Cultivating, field 2, hey, $7,500. Hey, this would be a great way to start off the spring. I love getting out there and doing field work. We've been cooped up in the house all winter. Sure, I've been driving around doing things, but I want to do some actual field work. I know for you guys, it was maybe last episode I did some field work, but it's been a while. And this is a great chance to try out our new cultivator. So I'm just going to take this contract and then figure out where field 2 is here in a moment. So accept contract. We don't need to borrow the items. Wait, cultivating. Yes, we have a cultivator that we can use. I don't want to take their equipment. I want to use our equipment. All right, field 2. It's a potato field, and yeah, I just saw where it's at. It's up. It's up. You'll see where it's at. I don't know how to describe exactly where it's at. It's on this one back road that comes off of another back road. So we're going to take the big butt up there, and we're going to use the cultivator that's parked over at my friend Nick's cattle farm. You've seen us use it a few times. We're going to grab that. I was thinking I'd love to use our brand new Disc Harrow for it, right? But it's a contract, and I don't know how specific they are, but it says cultivate, and even though there's functionally no difference between the two tools, yeah, I don't want to do that and then it not count in the, right, so here's our field 103. Yeah, it's nice. I think all our fields are good. Oh, we can plant grass this month. Yes, we're definitely planting our grass this month. We'll be doing that. I'm tired of having that manure-covered field right by our farm. I want to get grass down in that, which is what it's supposed to have. We've got this field here. This, we're going to plant corn. So there's going to be lots of planting in our farm. Wow, it's quite beautiful out here. Quite beautiful out here. So field 2 is going to be out here, and yeah, I've turned off the HUD because wow, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day out here. It's so picture perfectly beautiful out here. What a beautiful spring day it is. Field 2 is going to be out here. We're looking for a harvested potato field. We're going to do some cultivating on this field 2 right here. This is the triticale field that we harvested last year, and we're going to harvest this field, or sorry, cultivate this field. Actually, I'll run our Disc Harrow on that one. The potato field is one of these. I was just really enjoying the nice view. So we're looking for field 2. I think it should be... Okay, so it's going to be the next one up, assuming this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, which would only be logical. We're going to go up a few fields. Actually, logic would say it's the second one down, right? Yeah, so let's go up here. So... logic dictates that this here is field 2. It is. All right, so here's what we're cultivating. Yeah, this looks like it'll be a fun job. I like these long, straight fields that they have in these small towns in Poland. This is great. Some good work for our Big Bud. Part of the reason we got this tractor was for jobs just like this. Of course, it makes little tricky corners like that a little more tricky. But I love working on these long straight lines like this, I really do. Looks like a very crisp morning, you know. This morning right here, 8:30 in the morning on March. You can see the frost in the grass, you know. This looks like a day when I'd feel really comfortable inside the cab of that tractor for sure. Yeah, I wanted to use our Disc Harrow, and I fully intended on using our Disc Harrow until, of course, I remembered, this being a contract, it might be specific to cultivators, but that field down there, I showed you where we previously harvested triticale last August, I think it was. We'll take our new Disc Harrow down there and try it out. The contracts here, as I've showed you guys in previous episodes, are largely baling. Anytime pretty much grass is growing, there's baling contracts and little else. So here in Szpakowo, it's really, really cool in the springtime because you'll find contracts other than baling. Yeah, I like doing these. That's a long field, of course. Yeah, it goes all the way from the main road through the town proper all the way to this highway down here. After this, we'll be planting grass in our field. That'll be nice. Yeah, I'd like to have grass there. Yeah, I made that field. Well, you know, we bought it and harvested the soybeans, and I didn't realize it was literally the month after we could have planted grass. So a whole winter staring at that just brown, ugly, manure-covered field, kind of an eyesore. I'm glad we'll have the chance to plant grass there. Also, of course, the one thing that did change over the winter, which I haven't checked, and I will have to check on this, one thing that didn't change, even though the fields and everything out here is kind of in a state of torpor, cows still need food, and cows still produce milk. And I got to say, I didn't think to check on our cows over the winter. Cows are fine. Of course, they had plenty of food. If you guys saw, we recently, last fall, we mixed them up a lot of food. They're good. But, yeah, they probably have milk for us. And, yeah, we could probably make them some more food. As I'm cultivating this field, though, I can't help but think, I know this is definitely one of those things that a lot of people aren't sure about, this and that. And I'll say that I've not been sure about is that, aren't you supposed to plow after potatoes? I'm pretty sure it's after all root crops, and I think after corn as well. That could have just been an FS19 thing, and I've forgotten, but it seems to be one of those things I was never quite sure on, and so I figure I'm probably not alone on that. I would plow after potatoes. Root crops for sure. Sugar beets, potatoes, anything that's planted deep in the ground, I would plow. I just, but hey, this contract is to cultivate. This is not our land, so hey, we're just cultivating. But I think the general guideline is to plow. However, I think game mechanic-wise, I don't think it matters. Like, I don't have periodic plowing on, so I don't think it matters. I think if you had that setting on, maybe then it would matter. And if it did, then you would know because the field would light up red, right? Just putting that out there. I don't think this is proper field care after farming potatoes, but hey, that's the job today, right? Cultivating. Well, it's been a little bit here on the field. I realize I haven't said anything. It's just a really peaceful day to be out here cultivating this field. I like the spring colors here too. It's very spring feeling. Something about this green. I don't know. It may sound silly, but the green on this field is very calming. It's kind of this like spearmint color. I don't know. It's very calm out here on the field. And yeah, and the job is going very fast. Of course, job goes very fast with tools such as this. Yeah, it's very nice out here, and it'll be nice to go Oh, I can't wait to get that grass planted. And of course, grass grows so quick. So, you know, we'll plant the grass today. And heck, you know, next episode, we'll have a lawn there where there was the big brown. Oh, it's right by the farm. I see it all the time. And so, yeah, next month, that will be no more. I'm looking forward to planting that grass. It'll be forever green. This will be done shortly here. And it's good to get some use on the big bud. It hasn't, I mean, not being able to use it for a whole lot of jobs. I think we've put maybe, I forget exactly how many hours it had on it when we got it. We put maybe 4 or 5 hours on it. I'll say 4 hours maybe on the tractor. It's not had a whole lot of jobs just yet. But we bought it last, what was it? It was late last summer, I think. Springtime, a tractor like this will see a lot of work because, yeah, lots of tilling and things like this to be done. Planting. It's funny how we skipped through pretty much like all of the winter. Well, not all of the winter. Obviously, November and December were both months where stuff was being done. But, you know, January, February, there was just really nothing to do. And so, yeah, you could say it almost kind of like we skipped through it. Now it's March and there's so much to be done because there's field work to be done. And, of course, I want to get our fields planted and, like, that's all kind of like this month. Yeah, it's like several months of nothing. And there really wasn't much, much that we could do because everything was under like a foot of snow. And then it's like March and it's like, okay, now all of those fields you purchased, all of them need to be tilled, all of them need to be planted. So this is going to be very, very busy to make up for the lack of everything over the winter. In fact, I think it's reasonable that we might have a March episode, whereas the next episode would be expected to be April. I think it's quite understandable if the next one is also March because, we kind of missed the January, February, right? So, yeah, I would expect to see the next one also March with maybe even another March in between. There's so much to be done this month. So very much. But this is when, aside from harvesting, and I love harvesting, this is the best time of year because, in harvest time, you got all your fields to work and harvest. At this time of year, you have all your fields to, play on out here like this, play out in the dirt. Great times of year to be a farmer if you like sitting in your tractor all day. All right, that's the contract finished. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and get up here. That was a pretty quick and easy contract. Well, of course, 4 hectares with a big cultivator like this. Heck yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this guy in for $74.93. There's more cultivating jobs, but I don't think those are really even worth the time, just for a few $100s. That's kind of really not even worth the time that it takes. So I'm going to get this cultivator back and we'll get started planting our grass. All right, so I've gotten back to the farm, got everything put back away. I have checked on the cows, and yeah, they still have plenty of TMR. They're kind of at the point, remember before we fed them last time, they're down to about that point where there's about 12,000 or so liters, about like last time. So we'll want to do another batch of feed for them here in a bit. Today, I think what I want to do is, we want to get grass down on this field here because it just looks awful. I want to see a nice, pretty grass field out here. And, of course, get grass growing for the cows. I checked the crop calendar, and so we can't plant corn until next month. Now, if you'll recall, I wanted to plant corn in all of our fields except for one, field 103, right yonder there on the horizon. I want to plant wheat in that one because it'd be great for straw. Actually, it's just right here. Because we can just do long, straight windrows of straw, easy to pick up and bale. This is the perfect field for wheat. And wheat we actually have to plant this month. March is the last month we can plant wheat. So this month we'll be planting wheat. Right now, though, however, today we're going to be planting grass here. Expect another March video. So our cedar, right here. And let's see. So that field is already fully fertilized. Or I believe it's fully fertilized. It should have been. I actually haven't checked that. I remember I said it was, but then when I walked over it, it didn't look like it was. I better check overhead. Yeah, now if you look at it here, Yeah, and that would explain why it was... so this middle strip of the field here says that it's not fully fertilized. And I've seen this happen before, and you might be wondering how did that happen? Because as you can see, it's clearly all covered with manure. If, say, the rest of the field was fertilized before a previous step, but the middle was only fertilized after that step, right? And then I looked at the field over here, and it said 50%, and then I fertilized the whole thing. Because this bit here was fertilized before the last step, this would go up to 100, as it says right there. But this, because whatever happened, say this was fertilized somehow incidentally or whatever after the last step, that next step of fertilization would not have covered this, or technically it wouldn't have counted, and that's why this is showing as only 50%. If that makes sense, that can happen sometimes. And what I'm saying is running fertilizer over it now won't help. It would just be the same issue because for whatever reason... Boy, that's complicated. Okay, anyway, let's just get to planting the... let's plant the grass, and then we can go over it with fertilizer, and then it will. It's weird how that can happen sometimes. So let's just go over it with the grass. It's weird how that can happen sometimes, but it can. So let's get this out there, and yep, look at that. We got plenty of seeds, and it's already set to grass. And that's because, well, I know why that is. It's because I tried to plant grass here, and then I realized, oh yeah, it's already a month too late, and then I put it away, and that's the last thing I did with this seeder. And we are getting a lot of use out of this seeder. Every time I sit in the seat of this thing, it's like, wow, I've just put a lot of hours on here. I mean, compared to, you know, how much time you may spend on your average farm or whatever, I've spent almost the equivalent of an entire 24 hours behind the wheel of this tractor. It's got a lot of use, and it's been a great tractor. I still remember when we first went to the big city and bought it. It was a very good day. All right, grass is going down. And yeah, so just next month, yeah, as soon as next month, this will be all nice and green, of course. And for right now, at least it won't be that yucky manure color. Yeah, it'll look twice as good. It'll look much better just right now, just as, you know, not poop color, right? I'd like to get us a bigger seeder. You know how much of a fan I am of finding used equipment on sale. Yeah, maybe we can find a cool seeder on sale, something bigger. Oh, right here. That's right. Right here. This is where... Whoops, let's turn this off. Oh, yeah, this is where I had the big debacle when I placed that. If you were here a few episodes ago when this happened, yeah, this was a whole thing. This cut into the field. Probably won't bother rectifying this. It's not a big deal. It's just, yeah, I was like, what's this missing up here? Oh, yeah, that's where that one thing happened. Oops, that's about as far as we can go. Fix this up. And I missed a couple spots on the way down here, and normally I wouldn't worry about that, but since this is grass... I don't want to, you know, like our whole yard here is grass and this is grass. I don't want dirt messing up that look. I do want a consistent look. So I will go through and fix that so this just blends right in with the rest of our yard as grass. If you see what I'm saying there, yeah. So just a few trips up and down this field, we'll have all this. Let's see, and while we have the seeder and we're right here, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and put wheat down on that field, literally right catty-cornered across this corner of the street here. And I want to see what fertilization state it's at. Well, we're right here, we can have a look. Okay, yeah, we're going to want to put down fertilizer first. Oh, needs lime, yeah. Okay, this needs everything. So what we're going to want to do is I want to put down lime first, and then I want to fertilize it. Then we'll plant it. I like to put the lime down first because I don't like the ugly white look of the lime, if I'm being honest. And also, if you put the lime down first, it's easier. You know, if you put it down before you work it with another tool, it makes it very clear where you worked. So we'll put the lime down first. Boy, our tractor is going to be icky after that. I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, rolling through all that lime, caking it on the tires and the paint and everything, and then rolling over it with fertilizer, getting all that fertilizer mixed in with all that chalky lime powder all over the tractor. Our tractor is going to be covered in some kind of manure and ground up rock like glue all over it. Oh, it's disgusting thinking about that. I'll make sure to wash our tractor. because yeah, we'll be fertilizing with manure. That's what we've been doing here. You know, the large focus of the farm being on cattle. And that, because of the front loader, is about as far as we can go there. So now that I've planted this with grass, almost done here, now that I just want to get this area here. If I don't get this area on the edge of the field, then that'll be, yeah, it'll be a weird strip of dirt in a grass field. It'll look weird. So I want to get this and then that over there to the left too, of course. Now that we've done this, we'll be able to fertilize that middle strip. Because, yeah, now that we've performed an extra work action on the field, it will register. And as long as, yeah, we'll have the manure spreader out to do the field right over there, we'll run it down the center of this field, just so we'll have even grass growth all across the board here. Yeah, I don't want any dirt spots here. I want to make sure we get the grass good everywhere. Man, the sunlight out today is just like perfect. I mean, the sky is great. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. It's really showing off the Zadar. That bright red of the Zadar is showing it off really well. Especially since it's cloudy so much here. It really, really can be cloudy here a lot. So our manure spreader, where did we park that? Oh, it's right out here, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. It's right there. It's right there. And I checked, and when I checked the cattle, I also checked milk. There is definitely milk to sell. There's more than will fit in our trailer because, yeah, I didn't check on the cattle over the winter. I mean, I popped in once or twice and said hi to the cows, but I didn't... I knew they had enough food, is what I'm saying. I knew they had enough food, so I didn't really check on that. Where is the hitch for this thing? I think it's on this end. Well, we'll find out here. Yep, it's on this end. We're done with this for now until, well, we'll need it again to plant the wheat, but... Whoops. I forgot. This particular one, we want to unfold it and then just drop it. There we go. So let's get this put away in here. And we'll grab the manure spreader. There we go. And do we have enough manure? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Do we have enough manure? Let's see how productive the cows have been. Because remember, we had the whole heap of manure back at the back of the property, and I absently kind of shoved some of it off our property trying to scoop it up. There's some in the trailer here. We'll check in the manure pit. You know, the cattle have not been starving, obviously. They've had plenty of TMR, and they still have TMR. So what I mean is the cows have been eating over the winter, of course, thus producing manure. Well, oh, yeah, I kind of vaulted over that fence there a little bit. Does it tell me how much? Oh, yeah, it does if I go here. Manure, 10,000 liters. Well, we got enough to fill up the trailer. Let's at least do that. Let's fill up our trailer. And we'll hit that middle spot in the grass field, and we'll hit the wheat field. Oh, there's our roller. I was just absently wondering where our roller was. Technically, we're supposed to roll a couple of these fields. Kind of would be the thing to do. Is that still snow in the front loader, in the wheel loader? Yeah, we got snow. Oh, this is awesome. I could like sneak up on an unsuspecting person and pelt them with snowballs. Yeah, so let's just get rid of this. The one patch of snow in our farmyard. It'll melt. All right, so let's get down here and get this manure loaded into the... Yeah, I'm going to want to pull the manure spreader down there because, yeah, 10,000 liters, that's a decent amount. And I just noticed we have more cows. I mean, I know that does happen over time. That does tend to happen. You know, Mother Nature and all that. Yeah, we have 5 more cows than we had last year. Ah, we got 20 now. My, how they, yeah. Again, that'll happen. I know. That happens. So we have 20 cattle now. That's great. Let's go get our manure spreader down here. So that's more cows to make milk, more cows to make manure. It took a couple of years, but our 10 cows have become 20. Now, where would be easy to... Well, I think the best way is just to, I guess, back this down there. I guess. I don't know, but kind of want to load it from the side, though. Yeah, so you know what? I think the best thing, actually, is going to be just... Let's just park it out here on the field. Yeah, let's just park it out here. The field looks so nice now that it's not covered in cow poop. Oh, that's right. I'm not using the manure fork. Yeah, well, the manure fork is over somewhere else. This bucket works just fine. Oh, well, we can shovel more with this shovel as it happens, so there is that. Shovel more. There we go. Whoops. Got some on the field, which I guess is going to be the end result anyway. Yeah, I'll want to clean that up. Let's get us another scoop here. Yeah, this is my favorite wheel loader. I hope when FS25 comes out that this mod will be continued. As I've said before, I used this wheel loader in 19. I've been using it in 22 for the last 2 years. I hope that someone remakes it, ports it over to 25. I just like it. I like it a lot. You don't see, like every wheel loader, in the game, and most every mod you see are, they're wheeled ones. I like having a tracked one. I just like it. All right, there we go. That's all full. Now let's go ahead and let's get this off the field here. We don't need a whole pile of manure on the field. Of course, I guess, regarding what I said, I guess there is an excess of public works vehicles. Yeah, I didn't think of that. When I said you don't see these, it's actually not true. And a lot of you are probably thinking, well, what about all the public works vehicles? There's tons of those. Yeah, that's true. I forget about that because I don't do public works stuff generally like at all. I totally forgot about the absolute just plethora of every kind and sort. Yeah. I guess I was just thinking, that are in the wheel loader category. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, moving on. Yeah, because I was categorically wrong. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit this up. I think it was like pretty much dead on in the middle, huh? I think that we'll be safe just running right up the middle with this. And we can call our grass field good. Our grass will grow in nice and evenly. Come on, tractor. Yeah, one thing about this tractor, as good a tractor as it is, it's a manual transmission, and it can take it a second to get going, especially at tight turns with a heavy load, because it's not CVT transmission like other tractors. Whoops, come on, tractor, go. Oh, and regarding our tractor not being covered in, regarding our field not being covered in poop, it is again now. That's okay. It'll be grass next month. I want to get this fertilized though. Let's see. How did I not get it how did I not get it planted right there? There could have been a hill or a dip or something in the field. You can see right there where I don't know what caused that lapse in fertilization there. It could have been a lot of things. I think this here should cover it. Yeah. That got it almost 100%. Yeah, we're going to want to get some of this right here. I had to turn the tractor because of the front loader, so we're going to kind of do like that maneuver there with it. And let's have a look at it. Yeah, that is like 99% coverage, and I'm fine with that. So grass will be planted this month, but not in today's episode because, yeah, I want to fertilize. Oh, first, that's right, we want to spread lime first. Oh, and you know what else I totally forgot? We bought that new toy. I got caught up on that contract. Let's go collect our new toy from the shop, our new used discount toy. But hey, it's a great, great tool. I just thought of it because it's great for, yeah, it transports lime, seeds, fertilizer. That said, I paused there, kind of hesitated because I have a mod called, I don't know, I have a mod, I forget what it's called, but it adds lime to what auger wagons can dispense because it's just handy. It's handy to be able to use lime through an auger wagon. And so what I'm saying is, I don't know if by default this uses lime, but we can use it. I can use it on our farm to fill with lime. But it's great for transporting those things out to the field when you need them. And yeah, for now, for starters, I say we fill it with lime, or at least one of the tanks. One of the tanks I see filled with lime, because liming field 103 will likely run out. We could definitely possibly run out. Although, I think we'll be good, actually. We limed that whole northern field without running out of lime, didn't we? I think so. I'm going to make some room to turn around like so. There we go. Now, we'll want to get this repaired, but it should be pretty good. And that contract, that's right, we completed that contract. That contract completely offset the cost of this implement here. That's great. Yeah, this is a great, great tool. It's just, it's so simple. You can open it up, close it. Wait, how does it work? Oh, here we go. So you can switch it to first tank, second tank, close. I guess you couldn't see it toggling, but it was toggling between one, yeah, first tank, second tank, close. It's got great animation. It just works. This thing just effing works. It has good capacity. So let's see what kind of repairs this thing may need. Let's see here. Probably just a few $100s. Yeah, 174 bucks. Not bad at all. So it's got some chipped paint on it. Yeah, big deal. Big deal. Yeah, I'll be putting, let's see, I'm saying probably lime and seeds. I say not a bad idea. Whoops, what did I do there? Oh, so I didn't know this did that. You can, well, see, I was going to put my front loader down, but I still had the auger wagon selected as a tool. I didn't know you could do that with this. Apparently you can control the pipe there with, well, how about that? So you can toggle the auger out just like with anything else with the same controls you would toggle any other auger out. Oops. Or you can do it manually as well. That's nifty. All right, we'll take this back to the farm. So guys, I will see you in the next episode where it'll still be March because, well, hey, yeah, you know, we had basically no episodes. Well, yeah, this was the episode for January and February because we had a foot of snow. So we're going to have a couple March episodes to make up for that. So I'll see you next time in March. We'll be working on Field 103, doing other things as well. That's right, we can just cut over here to our lime. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. Feel free to leave any input down in the comments below. And if you like following along with the content, well, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. It helps the channel out a lot. It's very nice. And yeah, hit that like button. Tell me what you think. I'll catch you guys next time for more work to do here on the farm in March as we enter, well, this is our third year, really. Third year on the farm. Thanks a lot, guys.